If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood. I love you, morning wood, with a love so rare and true. Oh, morning,
Rise and shine. This is the Morning Woo. Coming to you live from Mrs. Woo's kitchen in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. As I'm coming to you live from, again, Mrs. Woo's kitchen. It's not a restaurant, I'm telling you. It's not Chinese food here. Nope, not at all. Just my kitchen. As, just testing out some new equipment. As I was telling you earlier last week that Comcast, in their infinite wisdom, says, oh, okay, we will take down your internet for a day. So right now I'm on the backup systems. We're on cellular. We're on Starlink. Had to set it up this morning, so that's why we have the little bit of a late start. Plus, I got up late as well. So it's okay. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of comments in the YouTube Live and the Instagram Live as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Talking about everyday leaders, because I think that's what the New Jersey Devils need right now. They need everyday leaders. They need everybody to step up. And we had a little bit of spirited discussion on the Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday edition yesterday that, let's put it frankly, folks. 3 goals in 36 seconds against the Philadelphia Flyers on Saturday night. Tom and I were sitting there, and I'm thinking to myself, where's the leadership? Where is the urgency? Where is the outrage? Saw none of it. 1 goal goes by, another goal goes by, another goal goes by. After giving up the 1-0 lead, suddenly it's 4-1. The PA announcer, Lou Nolan, he couldn't even announce the goals fast enough because they kept on scoring the Philadelphia Flyers. What's wrong with you? But it turns out there's a lack of leadership. And I'm not talking just Nico Hischier. I'm talking to everybody. Because that's just not supposed to happen if you're a good team. It's just not supposed to happen. And that's the part that gets me, is that you're playing a rival, a Metropolitan Division team, Saturday night. You're on a 2-game losing streak, losing badly, barely scoring. You get a 1-0 lead, and then you relax, and then you get really down on yourself once they tied it up 1-1, and they kept scoring, and kept scoring, and kept scoring. And I'm sitting in my seat, listening to the goal song, hey, 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 playing over the loudspeakers at Xfinity Mobile Arena. And it's like that scene out of Major League where the owner, when they were playing Wild Thing, and the owner's like, I hate this song. And that's what I was telling myself. It just kept on happening. And it shouldn't happen. It should not happen. Can you blame Nico on it? I think you can blame the whole team. Because I know Sheldon Keefe is looking for accountability. But as what he said, I'm not going to quote him, but just not verbatim, but just what he said was, okay, I take two guys out, Sid, then I put another two guys in, and it's like a vicious cycle where it's almost like he can't hold the team accountable. But the team itself should not have the coach hold themselves accountable. It's the team itself that should hold themselves accountable. And the lack of accountability is a red flag of a team that's not going to win the Stanley Cup. That's the goal here. That's the goal. The Red Wings are coming in town. Always Something 17 says, and I agree with you, the Red Wings are a good team this year, and I'm expecting a big game from the Devils tonight, but not sure if that's a cop, though. But look, I'm telling you, which New Jersey team is going to show up? And that's what we have to ask ourselves. Which New Jersey Devils team is going to actually show up? Because that matters, folks. That absolutely matters. Meadowlander's asking, what's cooking, Sam? I don't know. You see the fridge behind me? That's the beautiful fridge. This beautiful piece of appliance is where I go to every morning, every afternoon, and every evening. And this is the kitchen. And you don't find me cooking in this kitchen, I'm telling you. You only see me eating in this kitchen. So no bitching in the kitchen. Anyway, so I got to tell you, very disappointing Saturday night. But Nico Hischier, he has to, in that moment, and again, I watched closely and I made some observations, but in that moment, the captain has to rise above. And I'm not talking about the play on the ice. I'm not talking about, I'm going to show him I'm going to score a couple goals when it doesn't really matter. No. The captain has to hold the entire team accountable. This notion, and I agree with Tom, we were texting before, this notion that, lead by example should be good. No. You need to, when you're a captain of a hockey team, you need to do more than just lead by example. You got to do the difficult things, calling players out. I'm not talking trash talking the players. I'm talking constructive criticism. I'm talking about holding them accountable. There's only so much the coaches can do because at the end of the day, it's the players on the ice that are the ones that are going to make a difference. Everybody's talking about food. Coming to you live from Mrs. Wu's kitchen in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey, outside the bunker, because right now we've got no internet. How am I doing it? We got the Starlink out on the deck. We got cellular antennas pointed to the towers. Little geek talk for you. Maria, is that a Sub-Zero? No, but if anybody wants to do some super chats, Mrs. Wu would love a Sub-Zero. No, it's actually an LG fridge, but if you want to think it's a Sub-Zero, that's fine. Besides, this is just my opinion, of course. Sub-Zero used to be an amazing, amazing refrigerator. And then, I don't know, about 10 years ago, I don't know, they seem like they keep on breaking down. But anyway, I love my fridge. And maybe afterwards, maybe we'll go inside my fridge a little bit later and find out what I'm going to have for breakfast. Meow, meow. So, Dubzilla, depressing time right now. Defense cannot abandon the system. It's the only thing that can get this injury-riddled team, bunch of goofs on track. Exactly. It doesn't matter really what system you're using. As long as the players, and I'm talking all the players, as long as they buy in, it's a good system. And it just seems like this team has this, like, attention deficit. I don't know. They just seem like they lose focus on the big picture. Defense wins championships. We don't say cliches here on this podcast, but it simply does. If you defend, you don't have to work as hard offensively when you're offensively challenged right now. I mean, we can make all the excuses in the world why the Devils aren't scoring. Oh, Jack Hughes cut himself. Cody Glass is down. We have so many injuries. So what? You may not be able to teach that kind of offensive talent like Jack Hughes has, but coaches can teach how to play defense. So if you make the score, if you give up 2 goals or less, and you've got great goaltending, you've got a chance to win every night. And that's what I'm saying. Every player right now, I don't care if you're Glendening, I don't care if you're Nico Hischier, I don't care if you're Timo Meier, I don't care if you're some scrub off the street or an e-bug that's in that locker room or sitting on the bench. Everybody has to be an everyday leader. Leadership matters. To Tom Fitzgerald's credit, he tried to buy some. That's why the Devils have Andre Palat on the team. Now, I can't really say, since I'm not in the locker room and you're not in the locker room, is Andre Palat having a huge impact? His numbers certainly don't show that. Heck, I bought his jersey so we can get rid of him. But this team needs leadership. This is why we're talking names. If trades, we're talking about Ryan O'Reilly. The guy holds himself accountable in front of the press. It's great. And then he apologized for being so negative, saying, I can't skate right now. I can't do this. I can't do that. I suck right now. Pretty much what he was saying. But this is the kind of guy you want on the team, because if he holds himself accountable, then he's going to hold you accountable. And that's the kind of thing that the Devils need right now, is accountability. Michael Hay says, yes, Nico will not let Lucas Raymond do anything. Lucas is a rising star. Too bad the Devils didn't have a high enough pick to draft him. Instead, they picked Alexander Holtz, if you remember. Nico got 2 goals, but it was already 5-1. Where is the anger? Where was the anger when it was 2-1? Where was the anger when it was 1-1, when the Flyers tied it up? That's what I want to know. Where was the anger? You shouldn't have to be down 4-1 to get angry. But the boys just stopped. They just stopped. And 1 goal comes in after Mishkov's goal. Forrester again. Oh, my goodness, get your hats ready, Flyer fans. We're going to have a hat trick here. 36 seconds. 36 seconds. 3 goals. Inexcusable. And I love that question that Bryce Salvador asks, kind of setting up Sheldon Keefe. And Sheldon Keefe, I'm telling you, love him as a coach because he tells the truth. He tells the truth. He's not, some coach that's, like a Tortorella where you're going to get the headlines. But Sheldon Keefe was telling the truth here. And what was the truth? The truth was this team's inconsistent. The word uncharacteristic? No, it is characteristic because we've seen this rodeo before. We've seen this show before. The Devils are just, they always revert back to their old ways. Same old Devils. Don't ask Sheldon Keefe. Ask Lindy Ruff. And it's frustrating. It's on the players. Even Tom Fitzgerald has said in the past, it's the players in the locker room that they need to honestly make a decision. They honestly need to make a decision. Are we going to play Devils hockey? Are we going to be consistent? Are we going to come in, show up, night in and night out? Or are we going to be lackadaisical and have these stretches? I mean, you know, you could play 58 minutes of solid hockey. And I'm not talking about a lucky goal here and there or whatever. But when you get down on yourself and you let up 3 goals, you can't blame Jake Allen. I did at first, and I apologize to Jake Allen, Jake the Snake. But when you look at the replay, absolutely no urgency from the New Jersey Devils to respond. And that's pathetic. That's just pathetic. Metalander says, love Bryce, but the toxic positivity is hard. Look, you know what? My philosophy, if I was coaching the team, it's all about transparency. It's all about holding each other accountable. It's all about playing for the guy right next to you. Those relationships you build. Being positive is good. But like I said, this is how my mindset for this season has always been. Not too pessimistic, not too optimistic. But be hopeful. Be humble. And that's what this Devils team needs to be. It seems like once they get on a roll, yeah, it's easy to play the game when you're on fire, but when you're not on fire and you're cold and you're on a losing streak, the game is hard. It almost seems impossible at times. But that's what separates good players from the great players. Ones that don't have their game, their A game, on any given night, but they find ways to win. And that's all you can do, realistically, is try to give yourself the best chance to win. Had the Devils lost that game and not given up those 3 goals in 36 seconds, had they lost the game, I said, okay, that was a good effort. Things happen. But, man, things changed for me sitting there watching them just go downhill so quickly in front of that Philadelphia crowd. Inexcusable. Yeah, Pod Legend, I'm a half glass full, but at the same time, I like to be realistic and tell how it is. And sometimes when you're trying to convey the message across to your teammates, you want to make sure what's the end game in mind before you say something like, you know, which is perceived to be negative. If you're telling the truth, it's not negative. The truth is the truth. And what's positive here is that Sheldon Keefe has correctly diagnosed the problem. We've been talking about this on this podcast for a while now. We've been talking about on this podcast for a long time now about the leadership. Nico Hischier, to his credit, I'm glad he's the one, you know, he does care. That's not what I'm questioning. But at some point, there's got to be a boiling point where this is just simply unacceptable, and you got to call out your teammates. Now, I had a debate with Beer Baron and Scotty last night, and I think they misunderstood, because Beer Baron brought in the JT Miller, but I didn't say call him out in the press. Yeah, that stuff stays in the locker room. But on the bench, I don't want your head down when you're when you have 3 goals scored on you. I want you to be barking at your teammates to wake up. Wimpy says it's a very bright kitchen. This is a very sunny day here, a Happy Devil's Monday, here in Mrs. Wu's kitchen at undisclosed location, beautiful New Jersey. So, yeah, so, maybe we'll have breakfast with Wu one day. I don't know if Mrs. Wu wants that. I don't know if she really wants me to be here in the kitchen because, in the morning she has to get up, go to work. And I don't think she wants to be on camera. But yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Dubzilla, indeed. Bowen finally fired today, softened it for me. Bowen, are you talking about the Giants defensive coordinator? Let me know. Which cabinet has the fortune cookies? The fortune cookies are being made right now. But let's see here. All right, 22 minutes in. Hey, do you want me to see what's in the fridge? I'll have to put down the. See, does the headset stretch that far? Nah, it doesn't stretch that far. But hot tomato soup. Something I knew. Red Devil's red tomato soup, a red winner. Oh, so the Giants axed him. Yeah, they should have axed him, I don't know, second game of the season. Oh. Pod Legend, the way it came across, Sam, it sounded like you were wanting Nico to call out people at the podium. Now I get it. No. It's in the locker room you call out your players. And that's, and I try to explain it to Beer Baron and Scotty, and they totally agreed with me because that's what captains do. You got to call out your own teammates. It's not an easy thing, and it shouldn't be reactionary. You should call them out before the problem starts to happen as well. Also Markey must be hurt, says Tyler, or why did they leave Allen in? Well, Sheldon Keefe, it did cross his mind that it split, for a moment. But, yeah, I'm glad that Bowen got fired because, honestly, the defense, when they first hired Bowen, the New York Football Giants, for me, my philosophy is if you're going to play great defense in football, you got to blitz. You've got pass rushers talented on paper, and it just seems like they were just, playing zone defense the entire time. And then I remember, the announcer yesterday's game said, "Oh yeah, the defensive coordinator finally switched to man-to-man, which is more effective." Yeah, you should have done that eons ago in the game. Anyway. But yeah, look, every player needs to step up. They need to be a leader. They need to hold each other accountable throughout the entire locker room. It can't be just on the coaches. Players play, but players have to police themselves. And maybe that's the reason. And when Brett Pesci comes back, it's interesting to see how this team will do, because when Brett Pesci was in the lineup, things were going well. And maybe he is the everyday leader. And you don't need to have the C on your jersey to be that everyday leader. You're only as good as your weakest link. Now, that's a cliche for you. All right, everybody. I'm just looking on the Instagram Live as well. I am testing out my mobile command center unit, my mini unit, in the kitchen, in Mrs. Wu's kitchen. But, hey, let's just do a little bit. What's in Mrs. Wu's refrigerator? I'm going to put the headset down. Maybe I'll play a little Maybe I'll play a little music in the background as I put the headset down. What am I going to have for breakfast? I don't know. How about some super chats and buy Sam Wu a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese? Just kidding. Just kidding. No need to do that. I got plenty to eat here. Yeah, let's play the little Morning Woo song as I'm going to the fridge. Play it right now here. All right. Got the music going. Is there going to be Sam's salad? Hold on a second. Let's see what's in the fridge. All right, so let's see. We got dessert from last night. What is this? A jumbo chocolate peanut butter cupcake. I'm gonna have that for breakfast. Breakfast of champions. Before the Devils take on the Detroit Red Wings, you got a plastic fork right here. Let's see. This cupcake looks pretty yummy. Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that. We're good. I don't have a sweet tooth, but this is pretty good. Meadowlander says, did you see the fan in Philly that had a sign that says, Jack, stay away from the glass? Well, truth be told, I met that guy. Here, I'll show you on camera. I met Jesus the other day. See? I met Jesus the other day. I'm putting the picture on camera right now. Got a selfie with Jesus holding up that sign. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, let's see here. And I haven't heard anything about Brett Pesci, but I'm sure that's going to be a question that someone's going to ask. Hopefully somebody asks. But I like to say that it's going to be a while before Pesci comes back, but I could be wrong, and I mean while by next month. That's what I mean. All right, well, we got to hit the music again because we're getting out of here. There we go. All righty. All right, so we're going to be at American Whiskey tonight for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Actually, maybe not Devils After Dark. We do have a scheduling conflict with Scotty, so we're going to have to figure that one out. We'll let you know. But we're going to get out of here. Thank you. Thank you to Comcast for not providing us internet this morning. No problem. We got to figure it out. Thank you to the fans for tuning in on this late morning woo and being forgiving. And then we're dropping the podcast in about 10 minutes. Till next time, this is the morning woo. Let's go Devils.
Morning woo.